afternoon, everyone. This is Karthik Muthuviran, Executive Editor of First Construction Council, welcoming you for today's virtual event, which focuses on the topic of driving operational excellence in cement. This webinar is jointly organized by Indian Cement Review, Construction World, and Equipment India magazines. Today's event is supported by Fuller Technologies as the presenting partner. Before we proceed, let me share and brief the agenda for today's meeting. After the opening remarks and the presentation, industry experts during the panel discussion will explore driving operational excellence in the cement industry. After the panel discussion, the virtual floor will be open to take questions from the audience. So audience can pose their questions for the panelists in the chat box during the course of the event. With these words, let me start today's program. First, let me introduce First Construction Council to the participants. I'll be sharing a screen. You can see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the First Construction Council is an infrastructure think tank focused on providing the latest updates on the construction industry in India and dedicated to promoting its causes and its needs. The council is a platform to promote the adoption of best practices and be the torchbearer for all policy initiatives that are needed for the welfare of the construction industry. It is the industry's unified voice.
It says no voice. Karthik.
Hello? Yes, sir?
It seems your voice is not going. That's what some participants are telling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all can hear me properly?
Yeah, we can hear you properly, but I don't know. Some of the viewers are saying not able to hear you.
I'll just check with my TV.
Yeah, I can. I think we also have comments saying that they are able to hear, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think few have some issues. Yeah, they can hear.
Okay.
Yes.
You can go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
The
ahead.
First Construction Council is guided by a board of governors who are distinguished industry leaders such as Lieutenant General Rajiv Chaudhary, former DG, Border Roads Organization, Mr. D.K. Sen, Executive Committee member and advisor to the CMD L&T, Architect Hafiz Contractor, Mr. Pradeep Singh, former Vice Chairman and MD of IDFC, Mr. Vinayak Pai, MD and CEO of Tata Projects, Mr. Sanjay Seth, Senior Director Terry and CEO Gria Council, Mr. Sandeep Singh, Managing Director of Tata Hitachi, Mr. Subodh Dikshit, former Executive Director of Shapurji Pallonji, and Sumit Banerjee, ex-MD and CEO of ECC Limited. So members of the council benefit in more than one way. This includes industry networking opportunities, knowing consumption trends, understanding the market conditions better, and access to growth opportunities. So how do members achieve all these benefits? Through white papers and research reports released by the council and through our several events, webinars, conferences, and industry award ceremonies. So India stands at the cusp of infrastructure transformation from highways and high-speed rail to smart cities and mega industrial corridors. Cement continues to be the backbone of the growth story. Now in its 16th edition, Cement Expo brings together 5,000 plus stakeholders from the entire cement and concrete value chain, from quarry to kiln to construction site. With India's cement demand projected to hit 800 MTPA by 2030, Cement Expo 2026 focuses on the core pillars driving transformation. This year, Cement Expo will be held from 15th to 17th of December at India Expo Center in Greater Noida. Alongside the Cement Expo, there will also be the 12th Indian Cement Review Conference and Awards 2026. So do mark your calendars. On the screen is a list of upcoming events which First Construction Council will be organizing in 26-27. Today's interaction is also a part of the council's endeavor to create a knowledge sharing platform for the industry. So if you want to be a part of the First Construction Council, drop us an email at contact@firstconstructioncouncil.com. Before we start the panel discussion, it is my privilege to invite Dr. Rizwan Sabjan, Head Global Sales and Proposals, Process Control and Optimization, Fuller Technologies, for his address. With over 26 years of experience in industrial automation, Dr. Rizwan has led global teams across sales, engineering, and project execution. Holding a doctorate in professional entrepreneurship and an MBA in marketing, he combines deep technical expertise with strong business acumen. Dr. Rizwan has delivered advanced automation and digital solutions across cement, power, mining, and other process industries, driving productivity, sustainability, and digital transformation worldwide. Over to you, Dr. Rizwan.
Thank you, Karthik. It was a nice introduction. Let me share my screen. Just let me know once you see it. Yeah, can you see?
Yeah. Yes, we can see it.
Okay, good. Good afternoon, all. My name is Dr. Rizwan, and I'm heading Global Sales and Proposals at Fuller Technologies. A warm welcome to each one of you to this insightful webinar on driving operational excellence. My job today is to give a quick presentation on a topic which is tools and techniques to elevate both your people and equipment. That's the need of the hour as we are talking about India and on fast growing path. And our cement industries need to embrace this digital tools and techniques to elevate our performance and also help our people to enhance their potential so that they can contribute better into the cement industry. So I have splitted my presentation into 4 topics: introduction, then autopilot, robotic control, and remote optimization. Before we jump into the presentations, let's quickly look back how things have changed over the years. Right. So this is the central control room photographs at various timelines. So basically, the control room has evolved physically and functionally, right? So it used to handle few hundred signals in the past, and then it increased to few thousands. And today we are talking about 20,000 to 25,000 signals. Means so many equipments and so many signals have been added to the cement plant, right? So that means it also that so many things has to be automated in a way that we are able to achieve the full efficiency of the plant. So what we need is that we need to put these pieces into in a right way that the operators are not overloaded, but at the same time we are able to bring much more efficient information to the operators so that they are able to take decisions and they're able to know what is happening with the plant in a much better way. So as Fuller, we always wanted to be ahead in technology, not only in the cement machinery, but also on the digital front, because we are carrying 140 years of experience, right? It's not just a number. So we have built our tools and techniques based on the process knowledge and based on the process experience what we have gained over the years. So the heritage becomes a tangible advantage for our customers. So what it means for our customer is we are talking about a greater productivity, which is of 2 to 5%, and improved quality, standard deviation, which is of 20 to 30%. And we are also able to increase our alternate fuel usage into the cement plant by 5 to 8%. When it comes to the reductions, we are able to reduce the fuel and energy consumption by 2 to 5%, and reduce the carbon footprint by 2%. At the end of the day, it's all human-centric, and we are able to take care of the people safety, right, when we are deploying these digital tools and techniques. So some of our customers are already benefiting with this advantages, and we would like to take it further with our customers through this webinar. So the first topic for me is the process expert. We have been hearing AI, the process optimization, advanced process control. We were the first one to develop and deliver this world's first fuzzy control system for cement kilns in 1980s, right? And Fuller always has led with the technology, and we would continue to do so. So this is the plan. We have the blueprint of our in our DNA, right? That we live by this code, and that's the reason why our products have been continuously evolving, and we are taking all the new technological things being developed and delivered to our customer. If you see particularly this product, right, the ECS Process Expert has been developed. The first one delivered in 1980s, and over the years in 90s, 2000, and now 2024, we launched the new product, which is next gen Process Expert V9. And we have many customers who have already adopted this technology and benefiting of this productivity and the enhancement in fuel saving and the energy consumption. So how it looks like. So this is how the process expert looks like, because we are coming from this process background. So we know what is to be put on the screen. So this is on top of the automation system, what you have as a base in the cement plant. And then the process expert start working as a co-pilot or an autopilot to an operator. In today's date, it is very impossible for an operator to operate the plant with so many things being added, like the WHRS, the alternative fuels, and the capacity of the cement plant is just keep growing, right? So we used to see that the plants used to be produced at 3000 TPD or 4000 TPD. Then 6000 and 7000 became a norm. Today 10,000 and 12,000 became a norm, right? With so much of signals being added to the cement plant, it is impossible for our operator to change in each and every parameter every minute by minute, right? So what it means is we need somebody who can operate 24/7 and who can operate 365 days without any tiredness, without any distraction, without any emotional challenges. Who can do that? The software can do that for us better, right? So when we do this, it's not only about savings, it is not only about improving the efficiency of the process, but I think there are many indirect benefits, like increasing the refractory life, because we are avoiding the thermal shocks what we are giving to the kiln, right? So all the process changes are able to absorb by this algorithms what we have built in into this process expert, and it is able to change to those process conditions and then give the set points, change the actuators, change the fuel set point, change the temperatures as quick as possible, right? It's not waiting for the operator to take action. It takes the action on its own with the algorithms what we have built into this process expert because of our process experience. So at the end of the day, how you see, this is what we can see, right? This is also taken from one of our customer. So you can see the variations in manual run when the plant is running in manual mode, but when it comes to the process expert, you can see how the process parameters have been steady and running, and then and delivering the results what it's supposed to be, right? So we are able to quickly stabilize the plant as soon as we have some changes, as soon as we have some additions to the cement plant. Today, every or other plant is adopting this WHRS, right? So it's an added circuit to the existing plant. So without much of disturbance, how can we add those additional challenges to the cement plant, but still yield those results? What is better for the plant to be cost effective today in the market? So when we are implementing this, it's also make sure that we are getting those benefits. It's not about tools that we should just implement it because of the digitalization. But once we install it, how do we ensure that we are getting this benefit out of it, right? It should not just become a show piece in the CCR, or it's not just a tool that we install it and then run it for a few months and then we switch it off. So that's not the case here. So we have made pre-built dashboard. So it gives an overview of the software, how it is performing, how the algorithms are performing, and what kind of results are being given as means driven output from this process expert. So So it is really clearly visible for the operator. It is also clearly visible for the management that okay, they have done the investment and how those ROIs are coming out of this process expert. This is a clear example of from this plant. This is in Mexico where we implemented this, and then you can see the benefits. Right, we are talking about 4% improvement on the fuels, on the energy saving, 4% increase in production, and 28% increase in alternate fuel. So those results are amazing. Customers are so happy about it, and they allowed us to publish this in our website. So these results are available in our website, and we have many cases running today within Fuller for our customers. So many projects we are already on with this process expert. So with that, I'm moving on to the next topic, considering the time duration and then the short of time. So the next topic is the quality control. So when we are talking about growth, I think the efficiency also has to come with the quality, right? So the quality is plays the central part of the solution, right? And when we are talking about 10,000, 12,000 plant, so we are talking about enormous dispatches of cements. So how do we ensure that the quality is the central point of it, and how do we ensure that it happens every day? It's not that you do it for some time and then you leave it. So as a Fuller, we started this development in 1969, where the computers were just there in the market, and that time the bits and bytes were just a gibberish language for most of the people, right? So we had association with the Denmark Technical University, and that is how we some of our chemical engineers thought of what is that we should do with the Romics, right? Romics plays a vital role. We do invest a lot of money on analytical equipments like XRD and XRF, but if it is not put on the closed loop, then there's no use of it, right? Because then it becomes a percent dependent. So you have to take those feedback and then feed those, correct those wayfinder set points. So how to make it automatic, right? How to take those results and feed to the system so that it is able to take the results and at the same time take the control of the wayfinder so that the ratios are being maintained properly. So what it means, then we are able to develop a software which is called Q6 Blend Expert, right? But before getting into that, where the errors are happening, right? As I said, we are investing a lot of money on the analytical equipment, but how are we ensuring that the sample what we are collecting from the site is at the right time it is collected and we have a right sample, right? And there is no contamination in to our samples, right? So where the error is happening is happening 80% of the error is happening at the sampling level. So how to correct it? So over the years we have developed the solution, the complete robotic solution, RoboLab solution, with the sampling, with the sending station coming to the CCR automatically and being collected at CCR, analyzed by the XRF and XRD, and then the corrective set points are given to the wayfinder automatically. So it's an enormous job of investing and then making it possible, right? So because of Fuller and because of our process know-how, we are able to come out this kind of a solution. Worldwide, we have 200 RoboLabs running today, right? And India alone, we have more than 40 RoboLabs running in India, actually. So this is the hot topic today, and the adoption has become so easy for our customers because they can physically see the benefit of this robotic quality control system, right? Is it a need or necessity or a luxury? It's not. It's no more a luxury, actually, right? So people used to think that how do we need to invest so much money to get the RoboLab into the cement plant? But with this installation, you can see the graphs here, right? So we used to spend 740 to 750 kilocal per kg, right? And now those heat consumption have become viable, and then we are able to produce cement in with a better efficiency, so that the fuel what is being spent at kiln is being controlled, and the raw mix what you are feeding to the kiln is also being controlled automatically with this auto sampling with the RoboLab, and then the analysis being done automatically. Right now, we are executing 4 projects for JSW, for Ultratech, for Adani, and Wonder Cements. They are under execution. So, what it means it's no more a luxury. So, it is a need and necessity for the growth what we are expecting out of cement. Right. Okay, the final one, I'm coming to the end of the presentation. The final one is the remote monitoring and optimization. So this is going to be the future, because we want things to be centralized. We want to analyze the data, how we are performing, how we are benchmarking from one plant to another plant, one line to another line, one mill to another mill, right? But after spending so much money onto this equipment, and to the digital tools and technique, but how do we ensure that we are able to reap this benefit every day, right? So it requires some kind of a fine tuning. It requires some kind of a process changes. So those process changes also need to be implemented into this tools, right? Digital tools. How do we ensure that? So FL Smith, as a Fuller, we possess that capability that we can remotely monitor your plants, and we have almost 40 PLAs alone in India, right? So the plant line agreements, we call it, where we just don't sell the equipment and then install it at your plant and we forget about it. But we are continuously connected to your plant. We are continuously monitoring your process, and we are continuously fine-tuning those process to your process challenges, what you are incurring. And we are seeing to that the optimal results, whatever we have achieved on day one, it is being achieved every day throughout the year. Right. So I'm into the end of this presentation. Thank you for listening. And then if you have any questions, you can drop me an email, or you can always reach out to me to support you. Thank you, Karthik. I know it was a quick one, but I think considering the timeline, so I need to make it short, but at the same time at faster speed. Thank you, Karthik.
Thank you, Dr. Rizwan. Now coming back to today's topic of discussion.
Yeah, I'll stop sharing.
So, as you know, cement remains the backbone of infrastructure development, powering everything from highways and housing to industrial corridors and smart cities. Yet in an increasingly competitive and sustainability-driven environment, operational excellence has become just as critical as production capacity. With rising input costs, energy volatility, tighter environmental norms, and growing stakeholder expectations, cement manufacturers are under pressure to deliver more with less and greater efficiency, lower emissions, improved reliability, and stronger profitability. Against this backdrop, today's webinar will examine how the cement industry can embed operational excellence across the value chain, from quarry to kiln to customer. We will explore the role of digitalization, productive maintenance, process optimization, energy efficiency, and data-driven decision-making in building resilient, future-ready cement operations. As India accelerates infrastructure growth while balancing sustainability commitments, operational excellence will also not merely be a competitive advantage, it will be a necessity. Let me begin by introducing our distinguished speakers. First, we have Mr. G.S. Daga, Managing Director, SecMec Consultants. Mr. Daga is a distinguished civil engineer with a BE in Civil Engineering from BITS Pilani and over 50 years of experience in the design and execution of large-scale industrial projects. He co-founded SecMec Consultants in 2010, along with Mr. Anand Rathi, founder and chairman of Anand Rathi Financial Services. Under his leadership, SecMec has grown into a trusted engineering consultancy with registered offices in Mumbai and branch office in Hyderabad, supported by a highly experienced multidisciplinary team. Mr. Daga has contributed to major industrial sectors, including cement, polyester, textiles, power plants, and caustic soda plants with a deep specialization in the cement industry. Since 1982, he has been closely associated with the Aditya Birla Group, and other leading corporate groups such as ACC, Ambuja, Raymond, JK Cement, Penna Cement, My Home Cement, and Dalmia Cement. Next, we are honored to have Mr. Raghu Vokuda, Chief Digital Officer, JSW Cement. Raghu is a seasoned technology leader with a proven track record of driving digital transformation and operational excellence in the cement industry. As the Chief Digital Officer at JSW Cement, he spearheads strategic technology initiatives focusing on AI-driven energy management, predictive analytics, and sustainability solutions. With a deep understanding of IT integration, automation, and compliance, he plays a pivotal role in enhancing efficiency, resilience, and business growth. Recognized for his contributions, he has been featured in the CIO Power List and continues to explore innovative solutions that optimize operations and elevate industry standards. It is also a pleasure to welcome Mr. Raju Ramachandran, Chief Manufacturing Officer East at Nuvoco Vistas Corporation. He is an accomplished professional with over 34 years of experience in the manufacturing industry. His career spans across projects, operations, manufacturing, and managing key expansion projects. Mr. Ramachandran has been instrumental in spearheading pivotal projects across diverse manufacturing sectors. His notable achievements include spearheading both integrated and grinding cement units in setting up 5 integrated and grinding unit projects, encompassing both greenfield and brownfield expansions. Mr. Ramachandran is a mechanical engineer with certification as an accredited auditor for safety, ISO systems, and industrial fixed cost. He is also a qualified vibration analyst and an expert in maintenance management systems. Further enhancing his credentials, he has successfully completed a 9-month general management program from the prestigious ISB Hyderabad. We are also joined by Dr. Rizwan Sabjan, Head Global Sales and Proposals, Control and Optimization at Fuller Technologies. We are equally pleased to have Mr. Vimal Kumar Jain, Technical Director, Heidelberg Cement. Mr. Jain holds a degree in mechanical engineering and a postgraduate diploma in business management and operations management. With a distinguished career spanning over 34 years, comprising 19 years of international experience and 15 years in India, he has developed deep expertise in the cement industry across operations and maintenance and project management, from concept to commissioning. He is credited with the successful execution of several prestigious projects both in India and abroad. He joined the Heidelberg Cement Group in 2007 as head of projects at the Heidelberg Technology Center in Indonesia. In Jan 2022, he transitioned to Heidelberg Cement India as technical director. Subsequently, he was appointed as full-time director of the company. The session will be moderated by Dr. S.B. Hegde, Professor, Jain College of Engineering and Technology, Hubli, and visiting professor, Pennsylvania State University in USA. With nearly 4 decades of global leadership in the cement industry, Dr. Hegde has held senior roles in leading cement organizations, driving advancements in manufacturing excellence, sustainability, Industry 4.0, and AI-enabled process optimization. A respected industry advisor and thought leader, he has authored over 255 technical articles, holds multiple patents, and serves on the editorial boards of premier cement and construction journals. Finally, we extend our sincere thanks to Fuller Technologies, our presenting partner for this webinar, for their support in making this knowledge sharing platform possible. On behalf of First Construction Council, I would like to welcome you all. With this, I would request Dr. S.B. Hegde to take over the proceedings. Over to you, Dr. Hegde.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, distinguished panelists. Are you getting my voice? I'm getting echo.
Yes,
so
please.
We cannot see you.
Yes.
Can you see me?
No, sir, we cannot see you.
Some issue with.
So you can start the presentation. We can start the panel discussion.
Yeah.
We can.
Yeah. But this echo is coming. Okay.
I think
Sorry.
you joined with two different IDs at the same time, so that is why they.
Yeah. It is. You are right. You are absolutely right, sir. What I will do, I'll switch off this. Now it's okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
better. Yeah. Hello. Hello. I think there's some technical difficulty. Dr. Hegde, can you please rejoin? Like,
Yes.
yes,
Now it's okay?
Dr. Hegde.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, we can see you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Sorry for that. Let me begin with one clear thought, that is operational excellence in cement is no longer about producing more. It is about producing smarter, cleaner, more reliably and more sustainably. India today has nearly 700 million tons of installed capacity as of now. This is as per CMA data. By 2030, so we are moving towards nearly 850 to 925 million tons. But the real question is not growth. The real question is how efficiently we will grow. I think if you recollect two decades ago, operational excellence means stable kilns, lower consumption, higher output. Today it means something very different. It means low carbon intensity, higher alternate fuel usage, digital integration, predictive maintenance, cyber secure operations, sustainable profitability. The definition has changed fundamentally now. Energy today contributes nearly 30% of manufacturing cost. AI-driven optimization is delivering 3 to 5% energy savings, higher throughput, and reduced downtime. In a large cement plant, even a 1% improvement means several crores of rupees annually. Automation is not a technology expense, it is a financial strategy. At the same time, the cement industry contributes about 7 to 8% of global CO emissions. Very soon, carbon per ton will matter as much as cost per ton. The next competitive edge will be carbon efficiency. The digitization is no longer optional. Advanced process control, predictive analytics, digital twins, integrated command centers. But technology alone is not transformation. It requires data discipline, cyber security, leadership vision, workforce capability, and finally, reliability. One day of kiln stoppage can cost several crores. Predictive maintenance is now boardroom priority. So the question before us today is, how do we move from incremental improvement to transformational excellence? With that, let me invite our distinguished panel to share their insights. So shall we start the question round one by one?
Yes,
I will first invite,
Yes, please.
Mr. Daga. Let me begin with you. You have been involved in nearly 100 kiln projects. That everybody, we know about you and your capabilities and helping the cement plants. I think you have involved in nearly 100 kiln projects across capacities and geographies. From your vast engineering consultancy experience, how has the definition of operational excellence evolved from traditional design-led efficiency to integrated sustainability and digital readiness? Daga Saab, your views, please.
Thank you, Dr. Hegde, and thank you, Indian Cement Review, to invite me to this panel and of esteemed panelists, So it is my privilege, and I thank you for that. Now, Dr. Hegde has put up a question which is almost all-encompassing the entire industry. Let me say first, as you know, that I'm basically a structural engineer, and 45 years ago, when I entered this industry, the only question I was asked how to optimize civil costs. And I didn't know how to do it because there was nothing mine. The equipment of somebody else, the process of somebody else's, the site of somebody else's. So I made a sincere effort to go into and understand this industry. So this 45 years of journey, today what I'm going to share while answering Dr. Hegde's question would be that it will be a insider's perspective from outside. Because I'm not really a process man, But it will be interesting, some of my observations which I would like to share with you. Now, when I started in this industry, the two major areas where focus was the grinding efficiency, that is kilowatt power consumption for the per ton of grinding, and second was heat recovery. Now, in the beginning, we saw a lot of improvement in grinding. We saw normal ball mills, then air swept ball mills, VRMs, roll presses, combi circuits. And these have obviously brought significant revolutions in the grinding capacities and grinding efficiencies. And parallelly, we were doing, as you know, that cement industry, the basic process is very simple. It is a kitchen process. You heat and cool. So it may sound so simple. Now, but when you heat to 1400 degrees centigrade and then again cool it, what happens to this energy of 14 degrees centigrade? So obviously, along with the grinding efficiency, the concept of recovery of this heat started. So we started with 4-stage preheaters, then 6 stage, then calciners, and all that. And I think we tried to recover a lot of heat which was going as a waste, otherwise in the earlier projects. But still, the real revolution, last mile revolution came when about a couple of years ago, the process of installing waste heat recovery boilers started. I know in 1982 itself, one of my customers had a thought, why can't we use this heat by putting in a waste recovery boiler, low waste heat recovery. And at that time, we made a study and the cost was not viable, so it didn't go. But today you can see in last 2-3 years, my office would have done about 100 to 150 boilers. Must have more than 1,000 megawatts, So this is a real significant challenge which the industry has overcome. And not only new plant, which is a must, but all the old plants also we have been able to do engineering and install boilers. Now you can imagine now that 75% of our power requirement can be met by the waste heat recovery. So that's a very big significant step. Then one important thing we must understand that cement process is basically a batch process plant. No, it is not a continuous process. It is a batch process. So in any batch process, you will have intermediate storages. Now, one of my customer, I told that these intermediate storages don't give any extra production, but they are loss of cost on the civil works. So I always fondly call that these intermediate storage buffers are necessary evil. Now, you can't do away with it because of the process, but you should try to optimize it. And I can say that in the industry last so many years, we have seen the optimization of storages, silo capacity storages, and the handling storages, hopper storages. So I think the whole concept has come to see that these buffers, which are a necessary evil, should be optimized. Then, of course, the efficiency of transporting the material, either in solid form or on the air with pneumatically air. So nowadays you measure every pressure drop to find out the efficiency of the fan. Now you are doing good ducting engineering. You are able to evaluate by softwares the pressure drops. So all these things have really improved, in my opinion, the overall efficiency of the cement plant. Then lastly, I always feel that cement plant, I always call it basically a material handling plant, because the technology is the raw mix design, but the material handling is so big. And I know one of my customers, top customers, told me once that, Mr. Daga, if I save only 10 paise per ton in my material handling, I'll earn in millions, because today a cement plant of 10,000 will handle about 25 tons of material. So I think material handling has become very important. And lastly, today, even the land cost is very high. Today, you see, earlier we never bothered about, the owners never bothered about land. They could get the village, complete village from the government. Today, land is very important. So the optimum layout, optimum handling, material handling of systems, the area used of the plant has become very important. And that is why we find now that very compact layouts, very good layouts, very well done layouts. And engineering is really, we can see really good engineering nowadays. So I think this is and now of course we are going with AFR additions, which is again the revelation. Then we are adding now fly ash, slag, and all additives which has changed all the complete milestones. So I think a lot of things are happening in the industry, and if I've seen last 45 years, this journey, I can clearly see that what we did not imagine even 20, 30 years ago, this industry has made it done. So I'm really proud of being part of the industry, and it is a self-evolving industry, and I will continue to do so. Thank you, Dr. Hegde.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dagaji. Are you getting my voice? I'm getting problem in my computer.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Yeah. That's good answer, Dagaji. Now, as you mentioned, the cement is a batch process and is a very simple process. But you are also aware that it has changed completely, and so many, dynamics, so many problems, so many materials, so many parameters to be watched. Everything has changed drastically, and your designing also needs that type of accuracy. So thank you very much for your excellent answer for this. Now may I invite Mr. Raghu Vokuda, Chief Digital Officer of JSW Cement. Mr. Raghu, the AI-driven optimization is gaining traction in cement plants, which you are aware. What measurable impact can digital energy management systems deliver in density and improving carbon performance?
Great. First of all, thank you, Dr. Hegde, for the question, and good afternoon to all my esteemed panelists. Very honored to be here. Very wise words from Mr. Daga to begin with. To your question, Dr. Hegde, I think the gentleman from Fuller, Dr. Rizwan, has highlighted a few of them. You touched upon a few of them. But yes, I mean, if you look at cement as an industry itself, everybody was somehow or the other way touching upon it, saying it's a highly power and fuel intensive industry, and any little amount of savings in either of them leads to a huge amount of savings and directly impacts the EBITDA margins and also the carbon metrics. Having said that, I think AI is something that the energy management systems in itself, they are no longer pilots, right? I mean, they're no longer a pilot concept. I mean, they are delivering quantifiable, tangible outcomes. Which everybody is hooked onto. And for example, if you talk about real-time kiln and mill optimizations, through various ML algorithms that we are incorporating. And most of our, colleagues here will also agree that, they are also into this journey. And, if you talk about, clinker optimization as a per se an AI model for clinker factor optimization, or how do you go about load balancing using predictive models, right? All of these kind of interventions are definitely directly impacting the energy consumption per se. But if you talk about what measurable impact, I mean, some of them, it could be like specific power consumption, which is, I mean, you could see somewhere close to 3 to 7% of reduction that is visible. If you talk about process stability in terms of reducing the standard deviation, I mean, Fuller spoke about 30%, but I would stick on to a conservative number of 10 to 20%, improvement, which we've seen in our interventions. And you talk about thermal energy consumption, again, anywhere close to 2 to 5% reduction is, it's a great number to have. And obviously, how do we manage demand optimization? It could be through forecasting models that we can build. I mean, that again reduces energy, 5 to 10% reduction during the peak, peak charges. So that can be an intervention. I think Mr. Daga also highlighted the WHRS. There is optimizations even in that nowadays. So I mean, anything between 1 to 3% of efficiency gain is again a big plus. So I mean, the impact is visible across these areas. What kind of dynamic fuel mix optimizers we are bringing in, or how do we look at renewable and WHRS forecasting that we can bring in? So these are some of the areas that we are touching upon. But I think it is more of the way to look at it is, I think it is, we have shifted our gears from being more reactive monitoring to more proactive, and it's a reinforcement based optimizers that we are inclining towards. That's something that is very visible that to me while I'm exploring various AI platforms and models that we are exploring. So yeah, briefly, I think quite amount of measurable impacts, Dr. Hegde, to your question, and over to the other panelists, and would love to hear more from them too. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Your insight into measurable impact makes digital transformation tangible, not theoretical, Mr. Raghu. So let me invite Mr. Raju Ramachandran. Let me now, I will ask a question to him. Mr. Raju Ramachandran, you have handled both greenfield and brownfield expansions. What are the biggest operational challenges in aligning productivity targets with sustainability goals in existing cement units?
Yeah, so good afternoon to all of you, my fellow panelists, and thank you, Indian Cement Review, for giving us this platform to interact on various technological advancements happening around us. So coming to your question, Mr. Hegde, I think the first thing which obviously comes in my mind is how to align productivity targets with sustainability goals. So always this has been a balancing act between profitability and the need for statutory compliances. And that's how probably most of us see it in India. And sustainability goals are seen from the prism of whether it is profitable or not. Most of the times, profitability or productivity, ventures are the key drivers compared with sustainability goals. So I have to admit here, probably we are on the path of doing our operations sustainability as something which is going to drive the world towards that. But perhaps today we are more into what kind of sustainable measures really deliver profitable growth as well. So this is something where a balancing is being done currently. So, however, by saying that, I would say that things are changing fast, and there is a lot of things which are happening where an equitable balance between sustainability and productivity is being seen. So let me just take your question on what are the key challenges in the greenfield and the brownfield expansions with respect to sustainability and productivity targets. So if we see today, most of the times we see that the new technologies which are coming, they are high on cost. And probably that's one of the deterrents which we have currently, though over the period there is a lot of things which are happening. And the costs are also of the green technologies is reducing. But still, I would say it would take some more time for them to be really viable for everybody to use that. The second thing is obviously how do we see the usage of somebody touched on AFR, fossil fuel usages, all those things. So there are challenges which the operations throw on us, and between a productivity target and a sustainable venture, it really sometimes is a very tough ask on new projects, specifically where if you're doing a brownfield expansion. So there are a lot of limitations with respect to the existing infrastructure. Somebody just referred to almost Mr. Daga, I think he said on WHR. So if you are doing a brownfield expansion, the space really becomes a constraint, and the existing structure becomes a constraint on how a WHR can be set up in the existing infrastructure. So let me just take few of the things. I would rather keep it very simple. And the one thought which really comes across is how to decarbonize our cement operations. As you know, we are a CO2 intensive sector. So how do we really decarbonize? So my options are, if we can go into AFR, yes, very well we can. And probably we have seen a lot of things happening around us in India with respect to maximization of AFR. But however, there are a lot of challenges with respect to the variabilities which we see in the AFR material. So probably I feel that maybe the government also can come in to work in hand with the private sectors, so that some kind of a framework is set up on the pre-processing of AFR, making them more as a fuel which can be efficiently used. The second thing which comes across is probably the use of fossil fuels, because coal, as you know, as all of us know, that the ash content in coal is every day rising, and we are not really able to get the ash, which probably some of us had the virtue of using almost 25, 30 or 35 years back. So the high ash coal does possess a huge challenge, and probably the technology is the only saver which is going to come for us, and probably some work is already happening. But I think we have to really look into how an high ash coal can be used without compromising on the productivity of the clinkerization. So I think it's, if I can say that probably we have started on the journey. It's a conscious move, and it has to be a win-win formula for productivity and sustainability goals to be achieved together. And I would say a handshake between the human expertise and the AI interface is very much coming. It's only some time that we will see both sustainability and productivity going hand in hand. So that's what is my communication on this particular question which you asked.
Thank you. So all are excellent points, Raju Ramachandran. You are talking from your experience of operating different plants. Yeah, I fully agree with you. As you are aware, this balancing output and environmental responsibility is indeed one of the toughest leadership challenges today. Now I invite Dr. Rizwan Sabjan. Dr. Rizwan, the question is for you is the advanced process control and optimization tools are becoming central to operational excellence. How do predictive maintenance and real-time condition monitoring reshape reliability and reduce unplanned downtime in cement plants? Can you throw some light on this?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Hegde. Wonderful to see so much of experience sitting in this panel list, right? So thank you to my panelists. And coming back to your question, see, when we talk about these digital tools, there is a still doubt in the people's mind, right? The experience, yes, matters a lot to the plant, but I think we should also embrace this tools, the digital tools, right? Because it helps. There is no doubt. I still feel when the kiln is running without a process optimization that how much money we are losing, right? And with the kind of increase in number of plants, and then the increase in capacity with the WHRS, with the alternate fuel, it is impossible for you to have a stable kiln today, right? Operators are struggling, and again there's also a mindset that these tools are there to replace people, right? To replace operators. It can never happen. That's the reason why we are sitting in this room. We are talking about this technology, right? So the technology is here to help people. The technology is here to help operator. And if we somehow, I think the kind of discussions what we have when we are talking about embracing this new tool is not to reduce the people. I think that should be the first point in discussions, right? When we talk about this in the forum, when we talk about this to the people, there is a mindset still with the operator, with the people, that okay, once we have this tool, when system become efficient, they will be useless, they will be thrown out. I think that's not the way, actually, right? Then these tools are becoming useful for them, because then they can focus on bigger things, how to strategize, what is that they should be doing further to improve the efficiency of the plant. So these tools are not to replace them, but I think it is to complement them. So coming back to your question, so the process optimization is not about just a PID, right? It's, I think there's also a misconception that okay, if you fine tune some of these PIDs, I think things are okay, and if you are able to do one or two things, then it becomes a digitalization. No, I think we have to have a clear focus on which area we are talking about, what is the reduction we are talking about, what is the efficiency we are talking about. So there has to be a mindset change, which tool we are talking about, in which place we are talking about, what is the timeline that we are implementing it, when are we going to get the benefit, how to continue, and then how to sustain those benefits, right? So I think when we have this system in place, and when we have the top driven procedures to this, I think things becomes easier, things becomes acceptable at all level, right? At the working level, the acceptability at working level is more important than just driving from the top. Otherwise it loses its importance in between. And then when it comes to this preventive maintenance, we have been talking about it, right? But it requires the kind of sensors what we have. It is impossible for us to bring those information to the CCR. It is impossible for bringing those information to the cloud and then make those analytics, right? So there is an investment requirement. I think when it comes to this investment, I think people think that okay, the cheapest things are okay, the L1s are okay, right? I think that's not the way. I think there has to be a holistic approach to look into the digital tools what we are talking about. What is the investment we are talking about? What are the sensors, additional sensors? Because for example, if you are talking about a kiln shell monitoring or kiln refractory monitoring, right? So with the sensors what we have, it may not be enough. We need to go for an extra investment. What is that investment we are talking about, and how is going to help us? Definitely it is going to help us, because as Dr. Hegde said, that even one plant stoppage is going to cost you so much of crores. So how to avoid them, right? How to have those pre-annunciations, right? How to have those pre-warnings that okay, this is where the failures are going to come. How to attack them, how to overcome them, and then ensure that the plant availability is high, the downtime is low, and we are able to reap the benefits whatever we are talking about. Yeah, over to you, Dr. Hegde.
Yeah, thank you very much. You are getting my voice?
Yeah,
Yes,
we
sir.
are getting
Okay.
your voice.
So nowadays, Dr. Rizwan, this old experience, etc., matters. But now we are in a process of learning on day-to-day basis.
Yes.
Day-to-day basis, because the materials are different, their chemistries are different, your softwares or your automation systems are different, and how it will operate with that type of setup of particular plant is different. That means everybody is in a learning process.
Yeah.
Maybe the old expertise will come to our rescue for taking some decisions, but not necessarily it will help because we are like just like a students.
Yes.
We are
So it's
learning each and every new aspects, whether it is AI or automation software. Everybody is learning, and it is all material centric. My judgment, my assessment is that in cement plant, especially the quality control and the production people should be like a material engineers. They should know material very well. They should know the characterization of the material very well. They should know the physics and chemistry of materials, and then process knowledge, then integrate everything. Now the multidisciplinary knowledge is required in the cement plants. Otherwise, whatever may be your sophistication in the plant, but whether to assess those sophisticated systems are giving correct things, giving correct results or not, we have to have that much of knowledge and expertise to understand that. Otherwise, it is like using chat GPT.
yes.
It may tell the garbage. The AI tools are giving sort of data. If you are not aware, if you don't have the knowledge about the data, this will mislead you. Then it will be embarrassment, big embarrassment in big meetings.
Yeah.
So same is the case with the your automation systems. So we have to. What I am telling is, as a plant man, what I am telling is that type of competency should develop in the plants also. Not
So it's also
believing,
the
yeah, not
upskilling the people. Yeah.
yes, upskilling the people. So yesterday, I was talking to Dagaji about this. This talks about 5.0. That
Yes,
is about competency, skill development.
yes.
So those things
Yeah.
are necessary. Thank you very much,
Yes.
Dr. Rizwan.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
very important insight. Avoiding, as I mentioned earlier, avoiding even one major kiln stoppage can justify significant digital investment for the plant management to decide. So now I will go to Mr. Vimal Kumar Jain. Mr. Jain, drawing from your global project and operations experience, Heidelberg Materials, I think you have got a lot of data bank. So, what best practices in cost optimization uh, and waste co-processing can Indian cement plants adopt, enhance both profitability and sustainability? Why I'm telling you, because I have visited your global R&D center in Leme. So I know the expertise and the knowledge what you have. Can you throw some light on this question, Mr. Dagaji?
Uh, Thanks,
No, Mr.
Mr.
Ray.
Hegde, for your good question. Thanks, my co-panelist, as well as thanks ICR for providing this opportunity. Mr. Hegde, regarding the answer of your question, from our experience across global operations, a few things consistently drive both profitability and sustainability. First, take a holistic approach to cost optimization. The biggest gain don't come from improving raw mix, fuel strategy, maintenance, or logistics in isolation. Whereas, according to our experience, they come from optimizing together. When these levers are integrated, the savings are not only higher but more sustainable over time. Second, regarding the alternative fuel and raw materials, treat alternative fuel and raw materials in best co-processing as structured program, not just an operational activity. The best performing plant build their success on three foundations. First, strong pre-processing infrastructure, consistent alternative fuel quality, and very stable pyroprocessing system. Only with these fundamentals in place can AFR be scaled safely without compromising clinker quality and the production stability. And that's when both cost and environmental benefits come or multiply. Third is digitalization. Already Mr. Rizwan has given a lot of details regarding the digitalization. So real-time monitoring. In fact, digitalization is a critical enabler. Real-time monitoring, digital dashboard, cross-plant benchmarking very well helps sustain improvement. Digital visibility allows teams to detect deviations early, maintain tighter process control, and continuously reduce both operating cost and carbon footprint. So if I am concluding, one of the strongest enabler of both project execution and operation excellence is continuous learning and collaboration. When we openly share experiences and best practices, we solve problems faster, reduce inefficiencies, and drive meaningfully cost optimization across the industry. At Heidelberg Materials, we actively foster this culture. We ensure that lessons learned from one plant benefit the entire network. At the same time, our digital initiatives give us real-time operational insight, helping us stay agile and disciplined in execution. So, as far as decarbonization journey is concerned, in some of our European plants, we have achieved thermal substitution rate from 90% to 100% alternative fuel. So, and in India also, we are moving in the same line. So every year we are improving, say by 5%. So right now we are in the range of 20 to 25%, and we are having our target for reaching to around 52% in the coming days. So this is about this is regarding our experience from the various international projects. Thank you.
Excellent, Jain Saab. That means it clearly shows that sustainability and profitability are no longer separate discussions. Okay. So as you mentioned, the AFR, the AFR usage, I think the Western countries are far ahead. Way back in 2001, 2003, we were going to the conferences there. We were not understanding. They were using, at that point of time, I'm talking about 2002, 2003, 2004. They were using the cow dungs, so many cow dungs, and they have made a characterization of various types of cow dungs from different traits of the cows. That much of characterization was there, and that knowledge was immense in especially in the Western countries like Germany and all. So as you rightly mentioned, the AFR usage will definitely help the cement manufacturers to get a good profitability margin, provided the plant should have the capability and capacity and knowledge to add the different type of alternate fuels with so much of challenges, and it should sync with the process parameters, it should sync with the quality aromics parameters, and then they take the advantage of these high skilled ultra modern equipments. So it is multidisciplinary challenges are there that has to be tackled. If somebody tackles in multidisciplinary way, and those plants will progress. It is like that, Jain Saab, I tell you, we have got so many musical equipments, 5, 6 tabla is there, harmonium is there, fiddle is there, so many things. Unless we make sort of rhythm, then it will become a good music. If everything runs in a concordant manner, then it will become a music. Otherwise, it will become a huge noise, big noise. So that is the same type of thing is happening in the cement plants also.
Yes,
So,
Mr. Hegde, you have correctly mentioned. In fact, right now we are facing the main challenges in the consistency of the quality. So, most of the alternative fuels in India, these are seasonal. So, in one season to other season, there is major change, and there is high variation in the quality. Today, the same material that is coming with 2000 calorific value, but next day there will be lot of soil or dirt in that, and it may be difficult to use. And so, having required quantity and maintaining the quality, this is one of the biggest challenges right now.
yes, correct. I agree with you.
So for this, having good pre-processing industries of pre-processors, this is mandatory.
Yes, perfect, Jain sir. So I will go to once again Daga ji in a second round.
Yeah.
So from an engineering consultancy standpoint, Daga ji, what structural or process level interventions during plant design can future-proof cement facilities for phased automation and Industry 4.0 integration? So during your consultancy job, how will you tackle these type of challenges of automation, and then different types of equipments to be installed, and how will you take the things while designing the cement plant? That means you should have the knowledge of the modern automation system also. You should have the knowledge of, I mean, knowledge means at least should know how much big will be this equipment, that equipment, something like that. So it will be easy for you to design. That's what I feel. What do you say?
Okay, Dr. Hegde, I think this answer to this question, I'll start with a quote by one of my famous customers long back. And I think in the panel, many discussions have happened. What he told me was some new technology had come, and everybody was pressing him to take the technology because he's so good, so like that. He said, Mr. Daga, I don't buy technology for the sake of technology. It has to make a commercial sense. It is your job to make it a commercial sense, because ultimately I have to survive and run the plant. Now, what I feel is that in India today, India case is totally different because we are a developing economy. We are only short of resources. And I think all these global norms in any form would put some cost effect on that. New technologies, when they come, they'll be costly. But when you adopt them, the cost will come down. So I think what I feel is that the good thing about the cement industry is that it's an open book. I mean, I work with so many customers. Anything good happening in one plant, after 10 days, I hear in the other plant. So it's a good quality the cement industry has, that there is no secrecy about the experience and technology learned and lessons learned, And this is helping the industry as far as I see it, And secondly, now it's a reasonably mature industry with a lot of data bank. Now, as you know, the industry is going through consolidation phase. So I think now it's a good thing that good team, leader players have a lot of data bank. And I think the last century, that electronic and instrumentation revolution has brought the technology at par, and I think they have made the data availability so easy. So now as we are entering the AI phase and all those things, the typical challenge will be that we have the data, but if data is in a black box and not interpreted properly, it is no data at all. It may be misleading the data actually. So I think the challenge would be now that on one hand, and one more point I want to make, that cement industry, though it has grown out of bounds in technology and improvement, But kabhi hota hai ki, you are not less to your roots, you don't want to leave your roots. Still, I find many myths in the cement industry, this has to be done like this only, we used to do like that. So I think this industry will have to grow out to match the technology effort and also moderate it to the requirement of the commercial pricing. Now, I think I have a definite view that if you see in last few years infrastructure growth in India and the massive investments that are being made, cement is a major component. And I think the industry must be complimented for keeping the reasonably priced cement. Because, if you see the cement price today also, and 20 years ago, the escalation is not proportionate. And this it has done, and it has helped the national growth by keeping the reasonable control on the pricing. So ultimately, I think what industry needs to do is technology will come, and I think it will be available globally, and we can adopt it. Adopting technology is fine. So in that sense, on one hand, the use of AI, effectively AI, because then you can have analytics in front of you. But then the critical question comes to whom that AI is going to report. So again, I will give a simple example. I mentioned in my previous statement that I call it a kitchen industry. Now, if you take two kitchen with the similar material and similar utensils, but the lady in the kitchen will matter, because the product lady will have a role to play. My worry is that cement industry will have to learn to quickly graduate and improve skills of the people, because it cannot be taken for granted. As rightly Mr. Jain also said, that the industry has to quickly adapt to skilling and they have to make an industry level plan for skilling the people. Otherwise, I'm afraid what may happen, that our technology movement, AI will move fast and our people will be lagging behind. So I think, in my opinion, the skilling of human beings, and which is a national challenge also in a way, that so not only skilling, but then giving them the environment to show those skills, And this is where I feel that this industry has to do something better. Because if I see such a huge industry, you have hardly a few suppliers, few consultants, few erectors, few consultants, and few operators and good operating people. And everywhere I go, I find people saying, we need good people, we need good operators. So I think industry has to do something about a well laid out plan for skilling people. And that, I think, what will ultimately will sustain it to the cost as well as environmental norms, angles, everything, And lastly, one more point just came to my mind, that one other unexplored area is, in cement plant, we have a lot of shades, used shades nowadays. Now we can put solar and cells on these sheds, to generate power, And I think I talked to some of my customers, and they are saying that we have a lot of scope in generating solar power, at least for the local use. So I think ultimately, it will be a challenge in not only adopting technology plus improvement of use of technology by AI, but I think the most critical will be the human skilling, and that will determine to what extent we have taken the advantage of these tools which we are having in our hand. Thank you, Dr. Hegde.
Yeah, thank you very much, Daga Sahab. I know the concern of yours, and similarly, it is my concern also as a cement plant operated man. Suppose it all depends, getting the very high value equipments and automation systems, AI is very, very easy for the people who have got a deep pocket. Okay?
Yeah.
How to make it run is really the challenge. So that's what I think our Indian cement industry is going in a right direction.
Yes.
And everybody is talking about the skilling of the people and training of the people. So this is a very good development. And one area our industry should work, according to me, is attracting the new talent, good talent, good engineers from the engineering college, because we are producing around 15 lakh engineers every year in India, and in 15 lakhs engineers, according to the recent survey says only 20-25% engineers are employable.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know that. I can concur with that.
Yeah.
Well, I can only add that this is very important, because I think the cement industry also has to learn that L1 never works every time. You have to have good people to handle sophisticated things. And yes, you're right.
Yeah, yes, Daga, I agree with that, because quality is not cheap, and vice versa. If you want
Yeah.
quality, you have to pay money. If you don't want quality, आदमी के बदले एक आदमी आता मिल जाएगा आपको. So that type of thing, I think our industry is going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Let us hope for the best.
Yeah.
Now I'll go to Mr. Raghu Vokuda in a second round. How should the industry address the data governance, integration complexity, and cybersecurity risks while scaling digital transformation?
Right. So thanks, Dr. Hegde, for the question. I think scaling of digital solutions in itself, when you look at the way at JSW, the way we structured it is instead of having point solutions or patchworks, so to say, where there are some pain points, there are some areas of improvement which a certain unit had, or the chief of manufacturing things, and trying to get solutions to it. That's not the way we wanted to go ahead. What we wanted to do is build a model digital plant in one of the locations as a pilot. Now in there, while we did that, we went ahead with doing a blueprinting exercise. So we said, let's look at all the pillars from a plant maintenance point of view, from quality point of view, from energy point of view, and from process plus people and safety, as well as sustainability point of view. And last but not the least, how do we look at making our the shop floor workers, the employees, smart, which covers some of the points that you, as well as Mr. Daga as well, highlighted, as to how do we ensure we bring the people to the speed if we have to go and build a model digital plant, right? With that, as the 6 pillars, we said, how do we go about integration? How do we do the automation, and how do we build intelligence on top of it? This is the overall structure that we thought to go to the next level, scale the model digital plant across all our other plants as well. And this is the pilot that we took. And obviously, while you touched upon 5 or 6 pointers earlier, Dr. Hegde, these 3 aspects are very important. Yes, data governance. How do we bring the OT, IT data harmonization? How do we look at ownership of this data? Who are the consumers of this kind of data, be it at the shop floor, be it at the in the form of dashboards that go to the section head, what a dashboard that should unit head look at, and then what a chief of manufacturing should be looking at as a dashboard across all the plants. So that kind of data governance will enable for somebody to look at data more meaningfully, rather than like somebody said, if the data is unreliable, your AI model is never going to scale, never going to bring that kind of confidence and trust in the user in itself. Forget about close looping them to the OT systems again. Having said that, and the integration complexity, now that we have the kind of systems, I mean, how do you integrate your DCS? How do you integrate your XRFs? How do you go about integrating in energy systems? How do you go about integrating? Since somebody mentioned solar, we have solar data also coming in. So we are talking about looking at weather forecasting data flowing into it. So that is the kind of data pool that we are bringing in to ensure, with energy meter data and so on, to ensure that the historian, the data is available for any kind of consumption in the form of process control optimizers, or it could be in the form of some kind of AI models that we want to develop for a specific particular use cases. So that's how I look at it. And yes, OT-IT integration, harmonization is very important. Having said that, I think cyber security or the infosec piece should be embedded as per the policy, as rightly so, people do not encourage closed looping of these AI model outputs, and it's more prescriptive in nature rather than getting back into the systems because of the kind of vulnerability risks that we have, ransom attacks and so on. So there it has to be embedded. If I look at connecting all your DCS systems through an OT firewall onto your IT landscape, from there through a Sebastian, Bastion server, getting that on a single IT network. And if you want to build models, which again, there are bolt-ons, add-ons that are being leveraged by various partners to build these AI models, then again, you route it and, zero trust, create a zero trust zone through a DMZ, a demilitarized zone, and then you push that data onto the cloud to do whatever you want. But yes, we are not seeing, I've not seen enough of that data, the input coming back until unless the AI model is within the edge, within the OT network itself. So these are very, very true to the fact, Dr. Hegde. I mean, be it your data governance, how do you go about building your cyber security? How do you go about having the integration, OT-ID integration robust? And so that you're able to manage that kind of ML data for all the real-time use cases. Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Excellent, Mr. Raghu. I agree with you. The digital growth without cyber security discipline can become a vulnerability. Okay, and according to me, what I observed is the cyber security. Its dangerousness, its problem and issues. We have seen often that many people have lost their money from the bank account. The cyber security is a very, very, when we are talking about the money part, everybody will become alert. And so many modus of operandis are also there for the hackers to deceive the people or to make the fool. And
very true, very true.
Yeah, for example, the SP, the superintendent of police, was deceived by these fraudsters, and he lost some of the money. That means you can imagine what type of the brainwashing techniques they will use to make them fool and lost their money.
Absolutely. They are 2 steps ahead in terms of whatever breaches, guardrails you set.
Yes.
They're already, breaking through them.
Yes. So if you see the data, the highly educated people are losing money because of the cyber security issues and fraudsters. So what I'm telling is, coming back to the cement industry, per se, in the plant level, the seriousness, I think in the unit head level also, this seriousness about cyber security, it has not yet fully entered. People are aware. But when we are going towards digitalization, when we are going towards, fully using the data and running the plant, so how to protect the plant from hacking? If somebody hacks our system, suppose somebody hacks our kiln system or cooler system, so crores of rupees loss. So this is a very, very big issue. Our cement industry in India should think about this. The people like you, experts in the domain, should sit and make a sort of the SOPs and or the policies, whatever, and it will be very good for the cement plants and cement industry. I tell you, Raghu.
Well, that's a very good idea, Dr. Hegde. I think we should have the Indian Cement magazine, the team also look at bringing this together, stitching this
Yes.
together.
Yes. So now I go to Raju Saab. The question is, how can plant leadership balance human expertise and automation to ensure consistent quality, throughput optimization, and workforce readiness in highly mechanized environments? Raju Saab.
Yeah, so thanks, Mr. Hegde, for that question. And I think as leaders, we first have to accept that automation is not our enemy, but it can be an enabler for transformative change. And many a times we see that AI and automation will cut down on jobs or probably we are at the risk of handing our expertise to somebody, and we may not be that important. But as leaders, I think what we have to see is how can we strategically use AI for our purpose and throughput optimization, or as you said, ensuring a consistent quality of cement or the end product which we deliver. And how do we ensure the workforce readiness? That's a very important aspect for a leader to do. Uh, Here, I would say that probably as leaders, we should focus more on how can a human-centric automation approach we can adopt. And if I talk about like for delivering cement quality, consistent cement quality, so as Mr. Rizwan said, probably he was talking about the robo labs, and there are only 40 of them. So, I do have one RoboLab functioning in one of our cement plants at Nuvoco. And let me tell you and the other participants that the quality of results what we get through a automated process, and that starts right from the sample collection. So how does the sample uniformly is collected? It is being transported in a very, very protected environment, and it reaches the lab where proper homogenization takes place, and then the results are displayed. So I see that there's a stark difference in what probably a robo lab does, and what the traditional ways of sample collection, and the results which we gather. So ensuring that the consistent quality is there, I think perhaps technology is one of those ways which can help us to improve it. And talking about process control, many of the panelists also referred to how a automated process control can deliver consistent kiln performance, probably give us a very initial level alert on some changes in the raw mix which has to happen, and probably the kind of variabilities which we see in fuels being fired, especially with the AFR coming into play. So there are a lot of variabilities which are involved, and probably as humans, getting it right every time, it's not possible. So we will have to leverage technology to help us in ensuring that any changes or any predictions on changes are done at a very, very initial stage, so that it ensures the quality to be consistent. And that's what probably in the long run it is going to help, so that the customer gets the right quality of cement. Talking about throughput or optimization, I would say there are many things which are happening in the cement industry. And as somebody referred that we in cement really get to know very quickly what the other organizations or the cement plants are doing on optimization. So I would say it's a great learning of using IoT sensors specifically in the cement plants to improve the reliability. And I can say that we have been witnessing a significant amount of change happening in terms of early predictions, whether it is being given through temperature increase of bearings, gearboxes, motors, vibration levels increasing, predictive models working, prescriptive models working to give a resolution also at a very, very early stage on what is to be done with the equipment, so that it gives time to the user to actually plan his shutdown. So once the shutdown is planned in advance, so you have lesser downtimes, unpredictable downtimes, and overall at the end you gain on the overall productivity. So that's something which is happening. And talking about digital twins, so I can refer that earlier times there were kiln simulators which the CCR operators used to use. Now digital twin gives a different flavor of how technology can help the upcoming operators or even the experienced operators to really see in a virtual mode what are the changes which are happening in the process rather than disturbing the ongoing operations. So something very, very fantastic happening in this field. And I think more and more, if we embrace, we'll get to know the benefits of that. Talking about centralized CCRs, this is also one way of actually putting in all the controls at one centralized location and using the human expertise probably to standardize all the operations. So that's also a big, big lever which I see happening in this area. And upskilling and making the workforce ready. I think that's the only way probably that we keep pace with the developments which are happening in the automation and the artificial intelligence, because every other day we hear something new happening in this field. It's not cement sector specific, but by and large, I think the industry, other sector experience can also be embraced by all of us. So I see a lot of things happening in this field, and I'm really excited that probably cement industry being so CO2 intensive industry, and even the energy intensity is very high in our cement plants. So probably we will see some big changes happening in the short time. That's what I would say.
Mr. Raju Saab, I think you have said very, very clearly. So automation must enhance human capability, not replace it. Okay. Now I'll go to Dr. Rizwan. The final question, Dr. Rizwan, the installation of lab automation system along with RoboLab is becoming a regular practice in ordering the new cement plants by the big cement companies. Okay. Can you throw some light how these systems are helping cement plants transforming the quality of clinkers and workplace safety? And this is slightly a replication of your presentation. So can you please make it short, because Mr. Karthik is time to time is informing me is out of time.
Yeah, no, sir. I will make it quick one. Thank you, Hegde sir. I think Raju sir made my job easy, because I think he already mentioned the experience what he has already from his plant, right? So the RoboLab is must. I think people have realized it, and the 40 count is still less. I think we have so many plants in India. I think everybody has to embrace it. Whose RoboLab is not important, but I think we need to have a RoboLab, right? I think because of the manual processing, I think we are not efficient in taking the right analysis at the right time, because it has a human factor, it has the weathering factor, right? So in cold weather, what happens? Who goes and then take the samples every hour from site? So the most important thing is that having a RoboLab definitely is transforming the quality aspect of it, but is also helping on the human safety part of it, because we don't have to have people going and then collecting the sample every time, even in the worst weathering conditions, right? And then the final one is that what you feed to the kiln is what you get out of the kiln, right? So we have to ensure that we have the right raw mix feeding to the kiln, so that we have the right quality cement getting out of the kiln. So I will end with that answer.
Thank you, Dr. Rizwan. Now I'll go to Mr. Vimal Kumar Jain. Jain Saab, in large
Yes,
and complex cement operations, what roles does disciplined project execution from concept to commissioning play in achieving long-term operational excellence?
very good question, Mr. Hegde. So first of all, in large and complex cement operations, long-term performance is largely decided before the plant is commissioned. The choice is made during the concept and design phase, technology selection, layout decisions, consideration for operations, maintainability, etc. set the foundation for future efficiency. If this stage is disciplined, we can avoid structural bottlenecks that are extremely costly to correct later on. During project execution, now coming to project execution, During project execution, consistent governance, clear interface management, and strong commissioning readiness are equally critical. These ensure that the plant starts safely, smoothly, and with fewer interruptions or teething issues. One more factor that is underestimated most of the time is the continuity between the project team and operation team. When knowledge transfer is strong and ownership carries through beyond commissioning, the plant stabilizes much faster, operating issues get resolved quicker, and life cycle cost reduces significantly. Ultimately, disciplined execution from concept to commissioning is what convert good design into high-performing, long-lived assets.
Thank you. Excellent.
So
Excellent.
this is my quick one. I can keep continue more, but you are having time crunch. So this is
Yes.
the summary.
So very
Very,
nice to explain.
very nice.
The project discipline today, Jain Saab, defines the operational performance of tomorrow.
Exactly.
So final round, I think as we move into the closing round, I would like each of you to briefly share your thoughts as the Indian cement industry moves toward decarbonization and higher automation. So what will define the next benchmark of operational excellence over the next decade? Let us keep response concise and forward looking. Daga Saab.
I'm absolutely excited. Otherwise, I would not have lasted 45 years in the same industry. So for me, I think it is such a live industry. I know many other industries also, but kudos to the cement industry. They must learn to leave some things back. Don't repeat, go for the past too much. And some wonderful things can be expected with AI tools, with people's training. And I think from my experience in India and globally, some of the best technologists, some of the best process people, plant people are in India. They are from India. They are working outside also from India. Now, this is my view as a civil engineer, seeing from outside. I think it's fascinating. I think Indians and some of the best engineered cement plants are in India. I have seen a lot of other cement plants across the world. But I think it is just fascinating, and we must continue to our journey in the same direction with more innovation and more action. Thank
Yes.
you.
Perfect. Mr. Raghu Vokuda, your ideas, please.
No, I think we've put a lot of things together, but looking forward, I think you know how we are looking at optimizing energy, and fuel today, and trying to talk about cost per ton. I think it is going to be carbon per ton in the future. So I think sustainability is going to play a very important role in how we are looking at manufacturing of cement, and how we are going to tie this through the entire value chain, right from your mining to market. How do we look at this? I think sustainability would be and should be part of the operating model as we move forward. Yeah, that's how I look at it.
Perfect. So sustainability everywhere, not only in cement
Absolutely.
plant.
Absolutely.
Now I'll go to Mr. Raju Ramachandran. Your ideas, please.
So, Mr. Hegde, I think the next decade perhaps would be very defining in the sense that I would not say only automation, but probably sustainability and the carbon footprint is going to come in a big way with regulations getting tighter and tighter, people talking about carbon tax and all. So there would be no option left but to innovate. And I think digitalization and AI tools, the automation has to come in. And the early we embrace them, I think it is going to help everybody to move in the right direction. So I do see exciting times ahead for cement industry, and probably taking a cue from Daga ji, हम पुरानी बातों पे जरूर ध्यान देते हैं दागा जी, बट नई सोच के साथ पुरानी बातों को याद करेंगे. This is
Perfect.
what I would say. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, excellent, Raju Saab. And as you rightly mentioned, the carbon issue is going to be tighter and tighter by the government. And the indication which has seen that this year budget by Nirmala Sitaraman has mentioned about decarbonization, and she has put some amount for that in the budget. That means is a clue that government is also tightening up the screw in the coming in the months to come. Now I'll go to Dr. Rizwan. Uh,
Yeah.
your ideas on this.
Yeah, Dr. Hegde. No, I think it's fascinating, right? I think the kind of change what we see in India, I think the kind of growth what is, and as you said, rightly said, I think the sustainability and carbon footprint is the key. And again, when we are talking about this, it is not one discipline, right? It's not only automation owning it or process is owning it. I think all multidisciplinary has to work together. Actually, I think all the ideas has to come together. Everybody has to own it. Then only it happens, right? Otherwise, it becomes it becomes in some packets, but it does not reach other areas, other people. Then it becomes isolated. But I think if it has to reach at higher level, it has to reach its goal. The KPIs has to be met. I think everybody has to own it. Everybody has to be part of it. Everybody has to discuss it on the table, across the table, and then only all these different disciplinary ideas can come together, and then definitely the results could be wonderful, actually, and amazing.
Yeah, I agree with you because in nowadays, whether it is cement industry or any industry, the multidisciplinary team and multidisciplinary research is the key for getting the solutions. I agree with you. Now I'll go to Mr. Jain Saab. Your ideas, please, on the last
Okay.
question.
So, in fact, my co-panelist already mentioned, and I fully agree that looking forward in the coming years, operation excellence in the cement industry will be defined differently. It will not only be about the production cost, how we are producing the cement cost effectively, but also producing it with lower carbon emissions. Carbon intensity is going to be the center or key benchmark.
Yes,
And
excellent,
to,
excellent.
I would like to take the opportunity of this forum to say that in case of India, there is need of some practical approach. For example, increasing low clinker and blended cement. Right now, you are very well aware that for the government projects, blended cement is not allowed. So there is requirement to take the positive approach that when we can maintain the quality by having blended cement, same quality having blended cement, then why it shall not be allowed? And even in some countries, there is introduction of hydraulic cement where fly ash or other PI are allowed up to 40%. Then there can be possibility in India also. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah,
so my point is increasing low clinker cement and blended cement use, raising thermal substitution rates, using
yes,
more renewable energy in plants. So in earlier discussion already mentioned that we should go for the solar power. Now everyone is putting waste heat recovery system. So I believe this will not be the choice left out. In coming days, it will be mandatory for everyone to need to go for the waste heat recovery system as well as for the solar power or power mixing so that we are optimizing the cost.
yeah, I agree with you because this has been the system for many cement plants are, while ordering the cement plant, they are going for WHR. I think this is
Yeah.
a regular scenario. They are also going for solar, etc. All these integrations are going on.
So, and surely regarding the digitalization, this will be the center of the plant operation. So
Yes.
that we stabilize claim by using AI, predictive maintenance for reducing the downtime, data tools for frontline team for real-time data analysis, etc. As far as CCAS is concerned, in fact, you are aware that Heidelberg Material is one of the company who installed world biggest CCUS. What at large scale rollout in India, it may be taking long time. Right now, I think it may not be uh, a financially viable solution for people to reduce the carbon footprint. So, considering all that, once again, I will stress we need to strike address on the practical steps which are possible right now to reduce the carbon footprint.
Yeah, I
Thank you.
agree with you. Actually, I had a podcast with World Cement this month. I think I will share you by email to everybody. Please listen to that.
Yeah.
And I had mentioned that the new things and what is happening in India, the cost of CCUS, how it is coming down. And by 2030, there are so many test beds are there, studies are going on in pilot plants. That's what Nirmala Sitharaman was also telling other day in the budget speech. So those things are going on. I think, Jain Saab, if you can take people, our cement in the Indian cement industry people to your Breivik plant in Norway, I think it will be a very good insight for our people, because 4 lakh
Yeah.
ton, capturing of CO2 per year is not a small joke. It's a very big capturing plant. And number
Correct.
two,
In fact, in the month of June, I have taken around 22 people from industry as well as from the ministry to our Breivik plant. But surely, according to the requirement, further we can arrange one additional visit to our Breivik plant. Or right now, one more project is going on in the Langfurt, Germany. So it's fine.
so if you have got when you are giving the invitation to the cement plant people, so kindly extend that invitation to me also. We, along with some Penn State University people, also interested to come and have a look at it.
Yeah, sure. I
It
will
is only
communicate. Definitely.
it is only my request to you.
Yeah.
So second, coming back to the usage of blended cements in the construction sector, with a lot of efforts and discussions in the CPWD and NHAI, they have permitted to use blended cements on road making. Last year, I was making a presentation before Mr. Gadkari about the blended cement and its usage, and some other aspects were also I was showing presentations for different materials, sustainable materials for constructing the bridge and the dam. So in this thing I was also mentioning about our blended cement usage in the road sector, and in the other tender document they will add. I think it has been agreed. So thank you, gentlemen. That brings tremendous clarity to where industry is heading. So with this, I will close it today, and we are always open up. We will have a discussion, mutual discussion offline, maybe off by mail or whatever means. We will remain in touch, and let us share the knowledge and expertise what we have. So we are very grateful to Indian Cement Review management for extending this opportunity to us, discussing so many things. Thank you, Mr. Karthik. We have taken 23 minutes more of your time, so kindly spare with us. Thank you very much, and handing over to Mr. Karthik.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Hegde. Do we have, can we take a couple of questions before closing this off?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So there's one question by Bhaskar Agate. He's asked, what is the status of decarbonization action plan in the cement industry? Mr. Daga, would you like to go for this?
I think I will answer this question.
No, I think he'll be answer.
Yes.
I think this has been taken it very seriously by Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, and the Niti Aayog. Because 2-3 meetings I also attended with Niti Aayog and DST people. So in India, 5 test beds have been, for CCUS projects have been approved by the government, which is taking place under the purview of DST, by Sri Cement, by Ultratech Cement, and by Dalmia Cement, and I think one JSW. So 4-5 cement plants have given the pilot project to various Indian premier institutes like IIT Delhi, IIT Mumbai, something like that. So those results are expected by 2029 or 2030. So by that time, most of the things are clear about the cost of capturing of carbon dioxide per ton of cement. At present, it is very high, more than $100 per ton of cement, but it is coming down. It will take some time. serious research is going on in these research institutes, and maybe some good results will be anticipated within a couple of years. I hope I answered Mr. Agate's question.
Yeah. So there's one more question. What are the actions being taken at ground level to reduce CO2 emission? Is the CO2 emission being measured at plant level as well?
Anybody want to, Raju sir? Anybody? Raghu?
Yes, I
Jain
can
sir?
answer. Surely at plant level, now it is mandatory for each and every plant, they need to measure the CO2. So it is being measured, and most of the plants, they are taking the steps. And right now, as far as steps are concerned, they mostly people are maximizing the thermal substitution rate by using the alternative fuel and using some alternative raw materials.
Just
So,
to add,
if you
sorry.
will find out, then every year we are reducing our carbon footprint, but still there is additional actions required. This is why I was mentioning there is need of some practical approach. For example, in all the government infrastructure project, why not to allow blended cement, and then there can be possibility we can have 40% fly ash in the PPC instead of limit of 35%. Surely there will be requirement to ensure that quality is maintained. So I believe this is very much possible. So several additional steps are required to be taken at policy level also.
Raju sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to add one more thing that all the organizations, in fact, are mandated to disclose their carbon footprint. Okay, so as per the VRSR guidelines, so in every company's annual report, you would find those disclosures. So as Jain Saab said, I think he has covered everything. But this is one add-on. Somebody asked, like, is the CO2 being measured? So obviously the answer is yes, because you are mandated to report your CO2 emissions in your annual report. Yeah.
Sustainability
Thank you.
report.
Yeah.
Next question, Karthik, if you want to take.
So I think we should be done like now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I would like to thank all our panelists for sharing the valuable insights on such an important topic. It was a pleasure having you all here for this panel discussion. We are grateful to our presenting partner, Fuller Technologies, for supporting us to host today's event. We would also like to thank all our participants for joining us for today's event. We look forward to your participation in the next virtual meeting of First Construction Council. Till then, bye and take care.